Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 3DS VC review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Kirby's Block Ball, which if you've never played it before, it's basically a bat and ball game. I personally think it's a rather good bat and ball game, but I know they're not for everyone. Think Arkanoid if you've never played if you don't really know what they're called as bat and ball, because not everyone does, but again, think Arkanoid, and if not, then think this, because this is the gameplay. You are Kirby, obviously. You have no control over Kirby. You have control over the paddle at the bottom and the top of the screen. You fire Kirby, and you destroy bricks. I don't know if you were expecting anything else, but you destroy bricks. Don't get me wrong, this is more advanced than some things. For example, you can, if you time it right, bounce Kirby like that, and he gets more powerful. And it's also how you use your special abilities as well, because being a Kirby game you can use abilities. However, there's not many in the game. There's only 4. There's Spark, which basically on this game just allows you to power through the enemies. Sorry, not the enemies, the bricks. Technically bricks, I suppose, are the enemies in these sorts of games, but this does actually have enemies, as you can see at the top, so technically they're not. Either way, Spark does that. You can get Needle, which basically means you can stick to the bat and then fire it off in a direction. You get Stone, which pretty much means you sink like a stone, no pun intended, but that is pretty much what it does. And you get Fireball, which is kind of the exact same as Stone, only it fires you up in the air before it then fires you down. Power-up wise, it's not really that great. I mean, compared to your Arkanoids and that, where you can get tons of different power-ups and tons of things, that is a little bit lackluster. You can collect some things for points, but don't expect to collect the candy cane and become invincible. I think it's just worth a ton of points instead. You can still get warp stars, but they just simply take you to bonus games or to the next world. And the bonus games are relatively simple stuff. It's things like hitting tiles up, and whatever tile you get at the top you get. Catching stars, air hockey's on it, and I'm struggling to remember the other one. I'll have to quickly take a look at my notes. Okay, to be fair, I can't see it, so I'll just continue on and I'll probably say it after a cut. Other power-ups that you can get, though, are not so much Kirby abilities, are just things I can get multi-ball, which is quite cool. Oh, and I've just found it on my notes, the other bonus game is hitting clouds. Overall, the gameplay is like this throughout the game, and you get 11... Technically 11 levels with 5 stages each, but it depends on how you want to class it. Personally, I'd say it's worlds and levels, but this says you get 11 levels and then 5 stages in each, and you get a boss on the 5th stage, all except for the 11th, where you get a 6th stage, and the 11th is one that you have to actually unlock by doing amazingly well on the first 10, and it's just one of those. If you like these sorts of games, it'll keep you busy for a very long time, because, as I say, there's plenty to do. It's not something you're going to beat in 20 minutes, thankfully. But at the same time, if you're not too keen on these, then it's not something that you're going to want to play for about 50 hours or something, you know. Well, to be fair, 50 hours is probably a little bit too strong. Maybe, say 5 hours or so. And even then, that depends on how good you are at the game, because masters at these sorts of things can probably beat it in much quicker. Either way, I'm just, as you probably noticed, struggling to really see anything else about it, because as much as they've jazzed it up when it was released, it is just still a bat and ball game, and some people love them, some people just find them boring as sin, and you'll have probably already made up your mind now as to whether or not you actually want to buy it. So all I can say is, graphically, it looks cool. It looks like a Kirby game, I suppose, just with a load of bricks in the way and spikes and things on the floor. But other than that, for the price that you're getting, I'm glad they didn't charge the premium price for regular Game Boy games, because I don't think it was worth it, but for the price that it is, it's definitely worth a look. So there we go then. That's been the review. I hope you found it helpful. I don't score the games, because that's based purely on opinion, so instead I'll leave you to make your own mind up. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions about the game that I didn't answer in the vid, or that hasn't been answered in the comments, then feel free to ask and I'll help if I can. Also, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to check out my channel, because there's plenty more like this up there, and don't forget to subscribe, because there'll be plenty more to come as well. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.